Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Vinyl Den, the show about record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick,
I'm Ian.
and today we're going to be talking about some record storage shelving units that kind of the evolution of where we've gotten now, and we're also
Mm-hmm.
be talking about some vinyl sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of go back to the beginning when I kind of got back into vinyl records,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously when I was a kid, they didn't have sleeves or anything like that. You know, your records you just kind of stuck in a stack in the corner of the room or something along those lines. Unless you're like a serious collector. Obviously, when I was a
Right.
kid, I didn't care about
No.
any of it. It was just music. It was something that a lot of kids today would look at a CD, think, oh, just whatever. There was
Right.
nothing like, oh, the thought wasn't there that you like had to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't something super rare or anything like that. But so when I kind of got back into record collecting, when I would buy vinyl records at the record store or whatever, they would come in those. I don't have one sitting here, but they would come in like the cheap. I guess this is. I mean, this is a little bit better than some of the cheap sleeves that those records would come in. I'd buy it and pull that sleeve off and throw the sleeve away because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it cluttering up my record
Right.
collection.
Plus, I always thought
And
like it's hampering the visual of the artwork and stuff.
yeah, when you see it on the shelf, it's nice to see just the nice
Smooth. Yeah.
all the spines of the record, but
Mm-hmm.
once I kind of got back into it and really started spending some money, and as my collection grew, it's like I started thinking, well, maybe I should kind of put some money into at least protecting my investment the best
Excuse
I
me.
can. And
Mm-hmm.
nice yawn there, Ian.
Sorry.
Am I boring you to death?
No. Well, yeah. You always bore me.
So
Nice thing
my
is, no one out there knows you as well as I do, so you're not as boring to them.
so I've got three kids. All three of my kids buy records, and they have all three of them have some records in my
Right.
collection. But so when I started buying uh, records and record sleeves to kind of protect them, my first thought was, okay, is there something that I wanted to do with like some of the ultra rare, more expensive albums that I wanted that to kind of stand out to let my kids know, hey, don't touch it, don't play with it, don't pull it out,
Mhm.
you
Right.
know. And
That
so,
one's not for you.
yeah. So I originally had all my records in these just regular, just a 2 mil poly sleeve. Okay.
Mhm.
So then for my more expensive records, I went to these red sleeves for a while. And
Mhm.
then I don't know, I guess after putting, I don't know, I think I bought two rolls of these. So it was like 50 of them that I had. And I think the more I thought about it, the more I was like, do I really need to do that? Because my kids aren't going to be playing any of my like
No,
Coltrane
they're
albums or
right.
any of my Blue
Well,
Note, any of my Blue Note albums or anything like that.
maybe down the road, but you got good kids, so they're gonna ask. They're gonna say, "Hey, can I listen to that one?" Or, you
Yeah.
know,
Well, like I said, none of the three of my kids are going to be pulling some old jazz off the
mm,
shelf, throwing it on there.
yeah. Well, you never know. Like I said, they might surprise you eventually.
Yeah. And then I was watching another vinyl YouTube channel, and they had the maker of it's a owner of a company in Canada called Vinyl Storage Solutions, and they if you go on their websites, vinylstoragesolutions.ca, I'll put a link below, and to their website. But they if you're in the US, I think it's anything over $36, I think it's free shipping to the US. But they've got tons of different kinds of bags. They have these. I myself, I've gotten in the habit, and I think it's kind of cool. I don't have one sitting here. I probably should have grabbed some props for the show. But
Mm-hmm.
I like they've got these double pocket sleeves, because I like putting the records. Like taking the records out of the sleeve and storing them behind the record, just because it's better visual, especially for my colored vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
And and they're resealable. They've got two different kinds. They've got a resealable one, and they've also got a tuckable one. Ian just kind of purchased some of these, didn't you?
Yeah, I got 50 of those. I bought some for my 10 inches. And in the package, they sent a free tuckable one, which I just while we were talking, I
Mm-hmm.
did one of mine so you can see.
I'm gonna walk away from the camera for a second. Give me one.
Okay. I just put this in here. The album goes in, as Nick described to me, upside down, and then you've got your tuckable seal right here, which is tucked underneath the back. So and then you got your fancy little covered vinyl.
Yeah, because I want to kind of show the way that these look. So you got your here's the 9 by Blink-182, their newest album. You put the album in there, and then this is kind of a cool looking splatter. This is one that I had pre-ordered. It was only available through the pre-order, and this is Vinyl Storage Solutions also makes these 4 mil. A lot of times you get these anti-static sleeves that Ian, I know you've talked about it before, where you can take the sleeve and it's a pain in the butt to try to slide it back inside the album cover.
Yeah,
but I mean, I can hold this is a 4 mil interior sleeve, and I can hold it. There's nothing in the sleeve. I can hold it up, and it keeps its integrity.
Right.
And,
yeah, some of those softer ones, I wish I had one too, because I think I do somewhere, but because I've swapped all my records that had those out so that they were in, because the corners, because it's such flimsy material, so flimsy plastic, when you go to shove them in, it bunches up around and it puts pressure on the outer carton of the record packaging. So I hated those.
So that's one of the reasons why I like these dual pocket sleeves, because it's the record actually just slides right in the back.
Right.
And there you go. So you can actually see your record on display. You can see what it looks like. If you got a colored or whatever it is, then you can still kind of see the front. And it keeps it completely dust free, because this record, it seals from the bottom. So it's completely sealed at the inside. And then the anti-static sleeve seals at the bottom under a flat.
Right.
So no dust can get in there either. So it's a completely dust-free kind of system.
Right.
Which is definitely important if you got like higher end albums,
right,
things you want to just keep in pristine shape.
And if you have pets too, because you're getting a higher amount of dust particles in the air as a result of having pets. And kids too. Kids are dirty. They carry with them all kinds of stuff. So if
you shouldn't be getting dirt on your records from your kids, though. If you are, there's a different problem.
Just the same with pets, though. It's just the added
dander in the air and
kids
things
running
like that,
around lifting up dust out of the furniture and stuff, and all kinds of crazy things like that.
And I'm actually in my basement. My office and studios in the basement, and all my whole record collection's right here. So obviously, my basement is finished, but there's still a lot of dust.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I've got albums on a shelf on my shelf on the wall also. So I've got some on display. So, especially with those, I kind of want to keep in a dust-free kind of environment.
Absolutely, because it's. I guess there's two different kinds of people who buy records. There's people who buy them for the same reasons we do, but it's still just a casual thing.
Yeah.
And I think for the longest time that was me, even though to me it was just that's the way you buy music, and it was casual in that sense. But now that I've gone along and bought more expensive records, some used ones that are unique and hard to find, I've gotten to the point where I think it's.
And if you want to know what those are, just go check out the last episode of the.
Yeah, absolutely, because those are the ones I'm thinking of. So yeah, just in order to protect some of those things that I have that I probably could not replace under normal circumstances. So yeah, definitely important to kind of protect those.
The one of the things that really drew me to Vinyl Storage Solutions in the first place is the fact that I've got some rare 10-inch albums, and 10-inch sleeves are not easy to come by.
No, they're not.
Vinyl storage solutions is one of the few places I've seen that has a 10-inch poly sleeve.
Right. And that was actually the impetus for me really getting and going to because you sent me the link, and I was like, it's because of the 10-inch, because I have several 10-inch albums that are they're not rare, but I don't have any way to protect them, and I don't have anywhere really to put them yet. I haven't really kind of figured out how I want to store my 10-inch albums, and it's an issue for me. And there's some that I would like to have in place of putting the record in the back. I would like to put the 10-inch in the back because they're a companion piece to certain albums.
And you can definitely do that also. The thing I like about the 10-inch, it's still a dual pocket. It's a dual pocket. And it's not resealable. It's got a flap, a tuckable flap that goes up underneath it.
Right. On both sides.
Yep. And you're able to same thing. You can keep the vinyl separate by just keeping it in the back flap.
Right.
So the 10-inch, and it's nice, and it's a nice crystal clear, bag. So it's a good thing to have on display. Keeps them nice and sealed in there. It's the bee's knees.
The bee's knees.
Yeah.
I just bumped my microphone with my nose.
Don't do that.
Well, I didn't mean to, but yeah. So
as far as like the regular 12-inch, this is the 2 mil. I actually prefer the 2 mil over the 4 mil bags. Because I've got some thicker, like, triple albums that don't fit really great in the 4 mil bag. The 4 mil bag, there's not as much give and flex to the bag that there is in the 2 mil. So the first time I the first time I bought sleeves from them, I went with the 4 mil, and they're really nice sleeves.
Right.
But I'll probably stick with the 2 mil kind of going forward, but I'll stick with the 4 mil interior sleeves. It's definitely it's a good package together. They look really nice.
Right. Yeah, no, I like them. I just got mine, so I haven't put, and that's the one I showed you all was the first one I've put in a sleeve so far.
Yeah.
So that was not a resealable one like what Nick was showing you with the sticky resealable.
The flap.
That was just a flap one, but the ones I bought were the
that's one
ones.
I believe that's one of their newer products. It's a 12-inch bag. It's the 12-inch tuckable.
Gotcha.
So the resealable ones they've had for a long time, but it's a product all manufactured in Canada, shipped from Canada. It's a full Canadian company.
If you're in the U.S., your dollar goes a little farther with that too, because of the exchange rate. So that keep that in mind. If it's if your total is $50 Canadian, it's obviously not going to be $50. It's going to be less than that. So keep that in mind.
Yep. But I'm really happy with the quality that I get from them. The last shipment I got, the last shipment I ordered, the day it was supposed to ship, I got an email from the owner of the company, said that the interior bags that they had in stock that they were going to ship out were not up to the standards that they expect. So he asked me if I wanted my refund or if I wanted to wait 2 or 3 weeks for them to get their next shipment in. And of course I waited to get the shipment because obviously it's
obviously
nice product.
Good customer service.
Absolutely. Excellent customer service. They took care of any issues that I've had, and that I highly recommend them.
And we're not sponsored by them in any way.
No, we are not.
This is completely free.
Completely free. But, it's I would definitely go at least go on their website and check them out. Like I said, I'll put a link below. Just click on the link and see what they've got.
Yeah.
They are so as far as like physical storage goes, though, I know you bought your shelving, and that's kind of what you've had. I've kind of gone through a couple of different steps, I think.
Right.
Fine. Well, you had yours in just crates there for a while, right?
Yeah, I was doing the crates, and I hated it. I couldn't stand it. Could never really display them right, and then anything like that. So
I originally started off with a cube system that I bought from Amazon. and they were all like separate cubes that you could like interconnect and stack in different ways. And so I thought that was kind of cool. It gave a little more flexibility until I got to the point where I need to buy more cubes, and they didn't have them anymore.
All right.
So I started kind of doing some research, and I went to Walmart actually sells a bunch of kind of different cubes on their website,
Right.
but unfortunately a lot of them just you couldn't fit a record in.
Yeah, they were just off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I was on, I don't know if I was on a website or if I was watching a different YouTube channel, and they started talking about this Kallax shelving. I think it's how you pronounce this, Kallax. It's Kallax, I believe. Yep.
I've got it in my phone. Let me check it out.
I've got it right here in front of me.
Okay.
Kallax. It's through IKEA. If you have an IKEA around you within driving distance, they're actually pretty cheap shelving units, and they come in a bunch of different sizes, from 5x5 cubes all the way down to a 2x2 cube. And I'll put some pictures up when I post this video of my shelving units that I've got.
I'll send you some pictures of mine too.
Go okay, all right. Because Ian's got a similar. I think your cubes
4x4.
4x4. I got the 5x5. So I've got. I also have 2 of the 2x4 shelving units, which my record collection hasn't grown out of the 5x5 unit yet, so I haven't had to put anything in those.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also so that kind of at least fixed my like physical storage needs. But then I was watching a YouTube channel, and the guy has like some L shelving up on his wall. Okay. It's just like picture lead shelving that he uses to kind of display some of his records. And I thought, that was really kind of cool. So I was trying to figure out if there was something that I could find, because I did find some at Lowe's, some shelving that I thought would work, but it was really small and it was way more expensive than I wanted to pay for what it was. So I went back to trusty old IKEA, and there's a product called Mosslanda. It's Mosslanda. And they're relatively cheap. It's like $15 for like a 4-foot section of this. Okay. So that's what I've used on my wall. So I've got a bunch of vinyl displayed on there. I'll take some pictures of that also and post some pictures of those with the video. But it's just it's kind of an interesting way to kind of but display some of your records.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sending you some pictures now of mine, just so you have them. Otherwise, I'll forget.
Of course you will.
But I can't forget if I do it right now. So
yeah, because that's exactly what the viewers want to watch, is Ian play on his phone.
It's 2020. It's the only way to watch people.
Whatever.
That's all they're doing.
That's all everyone does, is this, right?
Yeah, exactly. See, you come to the Vinyl Den, you get a bunch of information on vinyl and social commentary.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've got the Kallax shelving also, right, Ian?
Yep, I got the same. As far as I know, it's the same one. I tried finding it. I had it in my phone, a picture of the brand name, but I must have deleted it.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You got it from IKEA, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It was one. Kallax. Mine was $119.
Yeah. So it's funny though, because I'm on a couple of different vinyl groups on Facebook, and it seems like the Kallax shelving is something that's widely popular as far
amongst
as like,
record collectors.
Yeah, vinyl collectors. Absolutely.
It seems like it makes sense. It works for whatever reason. If it was designed that way, I don't know, but it just works. No matter how you want to do it.
Yeah,
you can make it work with your vinyl records. So,
and with the 5x5 shelving unit, I mean, you can put a lot of vinyl on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm close to 200, as I pointed out before. I'm not growing. My collection's not growing as fast as Nick's is, but and nowhere near as fast as I want it to be fair.
My wife doesn't like my record collection growing as fast as it does either.
No. So I've got the top 4 rows, which when you see the pictures, it won't even be that full because I've obviously added since I took those pictures. But I've got the top 4 rows.
So take another picture.
No, not right now. But the top 4 rows are with records, or full of records, but they're spaced out very, very loosely. intentionally so. But that's just around 200. If I packed them in a little tighter, not too tight, but just a little tighter, I would probably still have one whole empty cube on top. So I could fit close to about maybe say 170 to 200 on three cubes alone. You know,
yeah, you've got yours packed. You've got yours packed in there a lot more than I do.
Not anymore. I think even less so than what the picture shows.
Okay.
Because I didn't like them being so smashed together. So
yeah, I've got mine spaced out where each cube is probably a third empty. So they're nice. Yeah,
I would say I probably if I were to push them all together, I probably got about maybe that much space.
Yeah.
Total, give or take. I just like it to be loose. I don't want to have any issues pulling anything out.
Yeah.
I want it to all slide out easily, slide in easily. But for $119, you get 16 cubes.
Yeah.
It'll.
You can fit a bunch on there.
I would say easily even if you were very conservative with the space, you could probably fit 700 to 1,000 on there.
Easy. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
So.
Yeah. But because the one thing when you're storing records, the one thing you want to be careful of, you don't want to have them like really tight smashed in there.
Right.
And you also don't want them like super loose either.
Right, where they're flopping around.
Yeah.
Because that puts strain on the integrity of everything. The carton, the record itself.
Mm-hmm.
You want everything just kind of gravity just doing its thing, just being what it is,
Or you want just a slight angle on the vinyl.
Yeah, mine, like I said, like I've got them just gently in there, so they're all pretty much standing straight up.
Yeah.
For the most part. The last cube is a lot more open, so they're a lot more lean. But I like them. I don't like there being too much lean in there. I just want them just kind of straight up, and that's what I've got. So, like I said, it works really well.
But that's all I got. I mean, if you guys want to just give us the old thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below. You can go ahead and drop a comment down below on if you use Calyx, what do you use for storage solutions, and
let us know
all that jazz. Yep.
Anything you want, just anything vinyl, just tell us. Talk to us. Love to hear from you.
Drop us a comment. You can always email us too at the Vinyl Den channel at gmail.com. Well, that's all I got, Ian.
I'm good. Yep.
All right. Well, until next time.
Talk to y'all later.
Keep on spinning. Peace.